All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. Coming into the day here, I wanted to see clear price action in the morning. Again, but I didn't get to see exactly what I wanted to see for longs. Again, so coming into the day here, if you look at this, we swept this internal high and then we closed back in the range. Made me want to be bearish to this. Let me just lower this down. Made me want to be bearish to this 4-hour unfilled for value gap. But made me realize again, what is price doing? So price will swept this low and then close back in the range inside of this gap. So I was like, damn, in order for me to be bullish here, I want to see displacement through. And at first I want to see it close above this high. And again, what were we doing? Chopping here. So there's no reason for me to take any longs or shorts inside of this or this. Why no shorts? Well, again, I was bearish. But what is happening here? Are we getting displacement through this low? No. We sweep, come back in the range, right? We create low resistance, low resistance, low resistance. Again, could be a potential short since this is low resistance retracement. But why do I take it? Because I tell myself all the time, I want a clear direction. I like quality over quantity. I don't care if I miss out on a trade. As long as I take trades that look A+ to me, that's all that matters. Everything else is just noise. So I didn't get the displacement that I wanted, and I was like, okay, perfect. At first, we tapped into this 30-minute gap right here. We swept the high, and then we started displacing lower. Again, I was like, all right, there was a 1-minute inversion, whatever it was here. But again, I didn't find the need to take any of this. Why? Because we're not ready yet. Like, price hasn't confirmed bearish sentiment, so I did not want to take any of this. 10 a.m. opened. We came out with news. That's another driving factor too. News had to come out. 10 a.m. basically open up and then trade lower, put in that bullish SMT. What did price do next? Create a low, high, lower low, higher high. What is this? A bullish breaker with a bullish 5-minute gap. Again, why did I not take anything? Because my condition was very clear. Until price displays through this, I will not be taking any longs. I need a displacement through and then a retracement. And then again, that's exactly what we got. We got to close above. Once we close above here, now I'm like, all right, this is awesome. I would love to see, again, a 5-minute get created right here. Because if this 5-minute BISI gets put in, boom, I'll look for a long inside of this. And then just intermediate term high, which probably be 0.25% of my contracts. And then I'll target the high. Again, the 5-minute did not get created where I wanted to. So, again, we came lower. And I was like, all right, where's the only gap that there is? I'm not going to force anything. I'm not trading order blocks. I'm not doing that. I need a gap. So I grabbed the low that created this up move to the high. Then I'm like, okay, perfect. We are in this. And again, this low took out this high over here, right? This low took out this high, making it a protected low, a high probability protected low. So at the time I was looking at this and I was like, all right, like this could be a protected low. We're coming back inside of this 5-minute BISI. This doesn't look bad, again, but I wanted to see a sweep. And I was like, okay, even if it's a protected low, let's see how price reacts. And then price created this big wick. And I just did not like that. I'm like, bro, this wick is insane. Like, this wick is literally 15 points. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, could price still deliver? Yes. But quality over quantity. What is happening? We have a big wick. 11 a.m. is opening higher. I don't like this trade. I was like, it could inverse, tap back in, or potentially come back down, sweep, or create an SMT. And then I would have told myself, why did I take this trade when 11 a.m. is opening higher? So again, I did not take this trade. It's fine. It is what it is. I missed out and I said, I'm okay with this. Again, either way. But again, what did price do? Once we closed above this high, inverse the 15-minute. Again, we also inverse the 30-minute as well, like right as we came into the wick. So as we came into this wick right here, boom, we closed back up, meaning inversing the gap, and then 11 a.m. opened, which is a 30-minute candle closed and then open right here. So we inverse the 30-minute gap here. Okay, so again, and then the 2-minute inversion happened. What did price do? Displace higher. And I was like, okay, perfect. This is great. I was like, I want to see a 5-minute gap. 5-minute gap gets put in, and I was like, okay, what else do we have? A 15-minute gap. So the low to the high. At this point, I'm like, okay, like, do I think since we're this high, we're going to come to this 15-minute? No, I was like, we're most likely not coming to that. So I looked inside of this. What is this? Right here, an intermediate term low. It's a low inside of for value gap, and it's a protected low. So if price is still bullish, we should still protect this low right here. So I was looking at this range at the time. I was like, this is what I need. I'm like, these equal lows look fire. I hope we take them and then we go higher. What did the price do? It didn't do that. So I swept London session high, and I was okay. One of my rules is, how am I trading every single day? I'm trading daily profiles, mechanical trade, or an internal market maker buy model. So where are we in price? I asked myself at the time, like, okay, well, we're really, we swept this high. So we finished this model. We should retrace, again, depending how we close, right? Inside, we had a 5 minute. We swept here. Well, if you look at a little bit more closer here, we swept, rebalanced, and then swept again. So this is a manipulation, like, essentially. I know the 5 minute closed above, but the SMT is still holding, and it's not a displacing close. Like, it's like barely any, like, it's 3-point close. Like, this is not displacing, okay? Like, at the time, too, we swept on the 15 minute, we swept the high. This looked great. I was like, all right, SMT's holding. We're inside of this daily gap. Like, this model is done on the 4 hour. If you look at this little model, that model is done inside of the daily gap. So daily profile is done. What do we have? These equal lows that got left behind inside of the 5 minute and 15 minute BISI. So I was like, okay, I want to see 1 minute inversion. I didn't get to see the 1 minute inversion, so I didn't risk heavy on this trade. And again, I did not sweep. I took a 30-second inversion. I am not a 30-second inversion trader. Again, I just adapted to what the market gave me, and this was a super A+ setup because we had a sweep, a manipulation leg after the sweep, and then time and price were aligned with this inversion on the 30-second. So if I pull up my 30-second chart here, if you look at this 30-second here, what did price do? So we are closing above this. Again, not true displacement. If you're looking at it, 15-minute high got swept, 15-minute low was the target. Again, I wanted to see 30-second inverse, and I was like, okay, perfect. My feel was just terrible because at first I doubted this for a little bit, and I was like, I don't know, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this. So I only entered with one NQ, which is 238, so 238.50, which is literally right here. And if you look at time, it's 11:50 macro. So macro was in place, time and price were aligned. I shorted right here, put my stop here. Again, I'm only risking 130 bucks. I know I'm only risking that, but this was a trade where it was a 1 to 2.6 R. So I was like, okay, like if this trade hits, I'll still make my 200 for the day. I'm not gonna risk heavy. I'm not a 30-second inversion trader. Again, I'm only gonna risk one NQ, which was essentially 130 bucks I was risking. Again, I'm not putting that much risk because this is not a model. This is not the time frame that I trade on. But I like that I am able to adapt to a certain situation depending on the environment, the condition that the market is, you know, the set condition and certain circumstances, right? I'm not gonna come in here and say, oh, I trade 30 seconds all the time. This is just one of those very rare occasions where this just looks mad clear, and I'm gonna take it with confidence. We have a sweep, we have a manipulation leg, sweep, rebalance, sweep again. So I'm gonna take it with confidence. I went short, I lowered risk. I'm happy that I lowered risk. Again, as always, all glory goes to God, and we're just gonna keep running it up, keep staying process focused, keep staying patient, and yeah, I'll see you guys next trading video. Again, as always, gonna do some journaling, gonna post this trade recap, and that's it. If you guys ended up taking a trade today, put it in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's trade recap if I take a trade. Peace.